Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Anup Kokne, and here we discuss about the Indian stock markets, how their markets have played today, and what we can expect the likely behavior of the markets for tomorrow is what we try to do with a quick analysis on all the three indices. Let's begin with Nifty. Nifty opened at the as levels, and it was expected there was not too much of momentum in Nifty. So it consolidated for a good three-fourth of the day until 1:30 p.m. And then slowly it started sliding downwards, right? So I think it was trading at a very key level of 18,500. And then slowly in the last 1.5 hours, it started giving up. And then we could see the levels of 18,500 and also 18,450 being tested. So if you ask me what's with Nifty is Nifty still shows me the downward momentum. Probably we would be touching in 18,400 and 18,350 before we get a bounce back towards 18,500. That's how I see with Nifty, but we can start looking at the option chain and understand what is the way the contracts have been looking. But we would not be doing it today for the reason being that we just closed with the expiry of Nifty and Bank Nifty for this week. We will allow some time, maybe tomorrow on Monday, to build up the option contracts, and then we will start looking at the option chain. Otherwise, our primary focus now for this particular week, that's Friday and then Monday, Tuesday, would be towards FinNifty, as FinNifty would have a good amount of contracts been already written in place, and also we can do some price action on FinNifty and understand what's happening with FinNifty, right? So we'll do just the price action analysis for today on Nifty and Bank Nifty. Nifty definitely has closed with a negative bias at 18,450-ish level. We will do a quick daily time frame analysis. On a daily time frame, again, you can see a large red candle that's been formed. So it exactly has taken in the resistance from the trend line that we had drawn yesterday. So again, testing in the levels of 18,450. Now, if Nifty starts falling down, then the first level could be at 18,400, and then the second level is at 18,300, right? So this could be the two important levels with 100 points difference if it starts falling down. But if it starts moving upwards, then 18,500 and 18,600 could be the two levels which will get tested on the upside. So at this point of time, looking at the volatility with 11.4, 11.6, I do not expect too much of a movement to happen. Though the volatility keeps expanding at some point of time, and you get to see some wild moves in intraday. But still, I don't see the net movement being too much that we should be worried about. So I believe Nifty should very well be trading within 18,600 and 18,300 for the next week expiry. So let's wait and watch and start seeing how Nifty behaves in the next week. Let's get onto the intraday time frames and see on the hourly chart first if there is something that we need to look at. If you look at the hourly chart, I think it started it started taking in the support at the 20 EMA, and once this candle was formed and there was a resistance from the trend line, we started the price being moving downwards, right? So if you look at this, all the candles are in red, so there was not too much of buying that came in, neither there was too much of aggressive selling, but there was definitely a selling momentum that was seen in the markets today, and it has taken a support at the previous support levels of 18,460, right? So that's what looks on the hourly chart. Let's look at the 15-minute chart and try to understand if there are any supports. 15-minute chart, I think, yeah. So we have the lower highs been built. The lower high, if we join these two lower highs and then make a trend line, so I think the next level of resistance could be at this level, which is 18,530, and then we should be able to see some selling coming in. And if it gets downwards without a breakup, then if we see the push down, then we will again once again test the levels of 18,450, right? So Nifty doesn't look to me like with an strong momentum on either sides. As I mentioned earlier, I mean, Nifty can be trading between 18,600 and 18,300 for the entire week. And as I can see on the RSI, the relative strength indicator, you get to see that the momentum is slowly falling with regards to the price action, and probably we should be testing in 400 and 300 in the next week, right? That's how I look at it. Let's look at the CPR for tomorrow, the central pivot range. and understand if there is anything that we need to be aware of here. So it's more of an lower value relationship with the width is little bigger now. Yeah. So probably tomorrow it would be an trading day, as we would also see the positions being built on both the calls and the puts on either sides. So I anticipate this to be a trading day, not too much of movement to come in unless there is any news that would act as a catalyst for the movement of price. Otherwise, I think it should be within 50 points range. Yeah, that's how I see it for Nifty. Now let's move on to Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty again. Bank Nifty was much more consolidated until 130-ish today, and it was very much gyrating at the CPR, right? So I think it was a very good consolidation that was seen in Bank Nifty with not much of a momentum until this point of 2 p.m. So 2 p.m. I think people those who have played straddles until 2 p.m. would have definitely made up a good amount of time decay and volatility decay as well, I would say. But after that, there was a strong momentum in price from where 44,000 it came down to 43,700, right? So there has been a 300 point sell off, which had been more directional at the end of it, and it has now taken the support at the previous day's low, which is at 43,800. So 43,800 level has been tested multiple times in Bank Nifty. Now we will have to wait and watch tomorrow what would be the opening. Let's see at the daily time frame and also look at the intraday time frames and understand what's happening on Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty definitely has been in a bearish mode today, but immediately we get to see an support at 20 EMA on a daily chart at 43,700. So 43,700 can be a good support tomorrow. I believe this should hold back. 43,700 and 43,600 has also been a level which has held support for quite some time. Let's look on the intraday time frame and understand what's happening on Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty would again consolidate tomorrow. I can see here, the price been trailing between 20 EMA and 200 EMA, which is more of a no man's land, where you would not see too much of a price momentum on either side. So there is a strong support that is seen at 43,400, and then there is a resistance that is seen at 44,100, right? So price should ideally be within this particular range at least for tomorrow, unless there are some sentiments change in the next week. Probably we can get to see either a breakdown on this 200 EMA or a breakout on the 20 EMA towards 44,500 again. Right, so let's look on the CPR if there are any new developments here. No, it's again a lower value relationship with the negative bias on the price. So probably we get to see 43,500 tomorrow if it starts opening and sliding downwards, as very similar to what we saw today. Otherwise, if it opens on the upside, then probably 44,000 and 44,100 could be the strong resistance. Um, Yeah, so that's all on Bank Nifty, I think. Let's look on 15 minutes time frame as well, if we can draw any trend lines. Yeah, so there is lower high that's been getting formed, right? So the price is definitely moving downwards. I think it will take a resistance at this particular point. Yeah, so this level of 43,800 is key. We will have to wait and watch this level. If this level gets a breakout, then again the second level of resistance can be seen at 44,000. But if this itself provides a resistance back to us, then probably we can expect the price to head towards initially at this level. Um, the price may spend some time at 43,600. I'll change this into green as a support. And then once this level is broken, then probably we can also start seeing in the low from the previous few days, which is at 43,400. So on the downside, 43,400 and 43,600 are important. And on the upside, I see 44,000 is a key level that Bank Nifty would be, holding resistance at if it crosses over 43,800. Right, so that's on Bank Nifty. So let's move on to FINNIFTY. FINNIFTY very similar to what we saw in Bank Nifty. There was a good consolidation that we saw until 2 p.m. and then there was again a good sell-off that came in FINNIFTY as well. Now it has taken support at 19,300, which happens to be the previous week's low. Sorry, previous day's low. Now again, we will have to wait and watch on FinNifty as well. because I'm not very sure with the momentum on FinNifty on either sides, because the market is not giving in any bias in terms of the bullishness or the bearishness, though there is moderately bearishness that has been seen in the market, but that's been one single day that sentiments are being changed. So I'm not very sure how this would behave tomorrow. Let's still try to make an analysis and understand, because FinNifty would be the candidate which I'll be trading in for tomorrow. I'll try to draw some quick supports and resistances based upon the historical prices. Okay, now if you look at FinNifty, FinNifty has a trend line, has built a lower highs, which definitely shows in a negative momentum. I think it can take a first level of resistance at this particular level, which acted like a support, and from where we saw a large gap up. So this is looking to be a resistance, which is 19,350. Now, if 19,350 is broken, probably we can go up to 19,500. But if 19,350 is a good resistance to push the prices downwards, then probably we can start seeing 19,200 and 19,100. Right? So the price can definitely be pushed downwards towards these two levels. And also there is a negative momentum that you get to see on the RSI indicator. So definitely the price action is negative on FinNifty. Let's look at our hourly chart. Hourly chart again, you see a strong support in the form of 200 EMA at 19,200. So 19,200 is going to be a key level, and 19,450 is going to be a key resistance, right? So between 200 and 450 is what we can expect tomorrow the FINNIFTY to be traded. Now, if you ask me on this particular expiry until Tuesday, I would say FINNIFTY can probably be in a range of 19,600 and 19,100. So there could be a 500 points range where FINNIFTY can trade depending upon how we get to see the openings on a day-to-day basis, right? So definitely there is a negativity in terms of the momentum, but we'll have to see. This particular level has been a very good support earlier as well, 19,100. So we'll have to wait and watch for the price to come downwards and see if it gets bounced back towards upwards. Right. So let's look at the CPR analysis and understand if there is anything more that we can assess for tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow again looks to be a white CPR. When we have a white CPR, which means that it could be a trading day, there would not be a one-sided momentum or a trending momentum that could be seen in the instrument. So I expect FinNifty to be gyrating between 200, 300 points, which is, 1.5% of its fair value in terms of the current market price today. Um, and being a lower value relationship, my bias would be more heavy towards downside if I have to do a double diagonal strategies in terms of positions in the calls. And I expect FinNifty to see 19,250 and 200 tomorrow if we continue with the negativity. Otherwise, we get to see 19,450, right? So we will wait and watch. I think if it opens at the CPR levels, central pivot range levels, I think the movement should be very limited, probably between 400 and 300, right? So 100 points movement is what I anticipate for Nifty to be, trading and closing within, right? Okay, it's definitely descending, so which means that there is bearishness. Now let me go on to the option chain on FinNifty, right? So let's filter this and check. Okay, so with the current market price of 19,300, we see a total number of calls at 3,34,000 and then puts at 1,98,000. So definitely there are more calls, which is what we see on the price action as well with the negativity that you get to see here on the option chain. Again, if you look at the intraday calls, there have been 2,15,000 calls and then 1,02,000 puts, which is more than a double. So there has been negativity on the intraday basis as well. Now, if you look at the key levels, you get to see 19,500 is an level where you have more number of contracts, which is 65,000 contracts. And then on the put side, you don't see too many contracts, but still 19,400 has 25,000 contracts, and then 19,000 has 27,000 contracts. So put is definitely very lean in comparison to what you get to see on the calls. Now 19,400, if it's broken, then probably we can see the position's been building at 19,300. But for tomorrow, probably it looks like 19,300 could be broken and we slide downwards at this point of time, but the opening would matter a lot for tomorrow. 19,500, if I have to play a delta neutral strategy looking at the width of the pivot as well, which I'll confirm once I get to see the histogram, I would probably be selling in the far off out of the money options. I would trade in 19,600 and sell it for 21 rupees, and 19,650 for 1350 on the calls. And on the puts again, I would repeat the same thing with 19,000, 19,050, right? So I'll try to stay far away with you know both delta, vega, gamma, I mean all the option Greeks. I want to just play safe because the volatility is very low and I'm not comfortable buying options. So I would probably try to defend myself and work on the capital preservations than capital building, right? So at this point of time, till the volatility will start increasing up to 16 or 18. So this would be my plan of action for tomorrow. To give a quick verdict, I think Nifty and Bank Nifty, both of them are showing in the negative bias in terms of the price momentum. Nifty and Bank Nifty may probably be looked upon the directional play if it starts opening negative and move downwards. FINNIFTY, I will trade with a delta neutral strategy by selling in the far of OTMs and then keep adjusting them for the whole day and try to capture the time correction. Probably it's a better way for me to work on FinNifty because FinNifty is closer to expiry than Nifty and Bank Nifty, which should be just opening up for tomorrow, right, with the contracts. So that's all I have for today. I hope you like this analysis. Thank you very much for hearing this through. I wish you all a very good night and a good luck for tomorrow. Cheers, guys. Bye bye.